Expect mostly sunny and hot weather out there through the afternoon. Still mainly dry, highs 92 to 95. Tonight, fair, lows 70 to 72. For Thursday, highs near 90. Could see a stray shower or storm push through, not many, with less humid and pleasant weather for the holiday weekend. For lunch or dinner, come to Guthrie's, home of the original golden fried delicious chicken finger with their special sauce. Open daily. Locations in Trenton, Signal Mountain, Ringgold, and now 5203 Brainerd Road. That's Guthrie's. And I'm 1412 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Core. On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
Hot News Talk 1240. AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio. With your chance to win $124 in cash and $124 in food every week with the Hot News Talk Radio 1, 2, 3 NASCAR contest. Hot News Talk 1240. All you have to do is guess who's going to be first, second, and third place in the upcoming NASCAR Sprint Cup race. If you guess it, you'll hear your name live Monday morning at 11:30. Then call AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio to win. Enter your guess right now at Rick Davis Golden Diamonds, 5301 Brainerd Road, Chattanooga. Diesel off-road technology, Saudi Daisy. For your four-wheel drive and truck needs. Stuff and upholstery with premium rubber foam. Amigos Mexican Restaurant next to Staples and Hickson. Drink specials during the race. Self-Surgeon, the Broken Screen Dock. And Shooter's Supply, 4824 Hickson Pike in Hickson. Hot News Talk 1240. Enter your guesses now and listen to the race live to win $124 in cash and $124 in food from Chattanooga's official NASCAR radio station. Hot News Talk 1240. I love NASCAR.
Good morning and welcome to the Art Beat of Chattanooga, where art lives, where we talk about all the fine arts in Chattanooga, the artists, and some of the concerns and the way it affects society. I'm Jillian Collins, the host of the show, local artist as well. Really glad you're with us today. We're going to be talking about a very special subject that art supports in the community, and that's something we talk about a lot, the way Chattanooga supports the community through volunteerism and artists and of all the varieties, every genre, music, fine art, theater. They do things to support fundraisers, foundations that need money, all of these things. So just, we're going to have a great time talking about some really, really interesting stuff here. So we're glad you joined us today. I want to thank Judah Guitars, who is a sponsor of the show, and that is in Middle Valley Road and Boy Scout Road. And I'll tell you, Will is a great guy. He's personal. He knows his industry, local business. I really suggest you just stop in and to see Will Fix at Judah Guitar and, give him a shot. Look at his music. So all your wildest dreams will come true if you go there. So anyway, we are going to get to discussing a foundation and an event called Faces Unmasked. And this is about craniofacial fundraising for people who have craniofacial issues and need help with financial aspects of it, as medical things bring forth a very expensive, not just your copays. You've got travel, family, babysitters, dog sitters, food, travel, flying. It's something else. I've been through the medical world quite a bit, and the expenses per day can be as much as the hospital stay, it seems. So this is Lizzie Campbell, a local artist as well. And this young lady is very active in the arts community in Chattanooga and has a heart to, like the Heart Gallery, who supports this event. They are going to be displaying the art at the Heart Gallery will be October 7th. So they've been really involved in supporting this event. So Lizzie, can you just kind of introduce yourself and maybe tell what we know about the Masks event?
Hi,
Unmasked.
Unmasked. I'm Lizzie Campbell, and I have been volunteering with the Heart Gallery and Faces Unmasked for about 3 years now. And Faces Unmasked does a great job of making sure that all the travel costs and all of that is taken care of for children who have to go to surgeries for facial recreation surgery, for cleft palate and other certain types of deformities of the face. At this event, they have artists donate art to this event so that they can go on auction to raise money for this kind of travel cost and all of that. And that's actually coming up soon. If you want to actually participate in that, you have until October 15th to pick up a mask from the Heart Gallery and get it done and submitted by October 15th. And you can be in this show.
So you can help anyone who wants to take on a project. You know, it's a broad, they're offering a broad spectrum of things. You don't have to use this mask. We're holding up a white plain mask if you're listening in and you can't see, and it's a 3-dimensional. So, you know, you can use that in your creation, or you can do something that just represents the human spirit, the light that comes out of a human, the support, anything like that. I think they have an actual phrase in here that they use about what the art can represent to help you out.
They encourage diversity, originality, and non-literal interpretations, such as animal, clock faces, faces found in nature. And the person who runs Faces Unmasked, Kim, has greatly encouraged that artists move away from masks and move away from the literal interpretation of masks and try to broaden their definition of faces and go into the art realm outside of just unmasking.
So combining the spirit of a human with the facial, features, or I can just see paintings in my head like crazy already. So I'm sure a lot of you creative people find this interesting, and we're encouraging you to look at the Faces Unmasked website and, consider donating, because this money goes completely to support children with facial deformities and the foundation to help them. So it's a wonderful cause. And we do have a piece that I believe Lizzie purchased from a previous year. And would you grab that for me, Lizzie? Would you mind? This piece was created through an artist at the Heart Gallery. What's his name again?
Kevin Dowdy.
Kevin Dowdy.
He's one of our legally blind artists, and he did this with the help of an assistant and decided to donate it to Faces Unmasked to help the children there. And he made this piece by painting a mask completely brown and beading a kind of a ribbon-like.
I think he makes them out of pencil or paper. They're like rolled pieces of paper and crayon, and it's paper beads, and they're all different colors.
They're very, very vibrant, and they kind of circle around the mask, and then there's a brown frame that kind of brings it all together.
Yeah, so this gentleman, I've seen him myself at the Heart Gallery, which is a nonprofit art gallery that helps homeless, disabled, recovering alcoholics, people who are struggling, and seniors to use their work to better their situation, mentally, physically, spiritually. They help them do this art and get it out there. And it's a beautiful gallery as well. It is, you go in there, the work is just lovely. You can get almost anything you want in there: jewelry, paintings, sculpture, amazing glass things. But the real thing is the heart of the Heart Gallery. And they're helping support this Faces Unmasked. So, they're really worth visiting and supporting. That's kind of what, why I want to do this show is let's support the arts in Chattanooga and deal with the aspect of things of why art, what's important about art. We've thrown it out of schools and kids aren't being encouraged to do it in that way. Now there's a lot of beautiful work you can do electronically, and it's beautiful and it's totally valid. But art actually reflects society, all through the history. When you have, the Renaissance, and you have, the 1400s, art was really different than in the 1600s. And now art has just exploded into a beautiful firework of really anything you want to create. And people are very talented. There's so many talented artists nowadays. And the other thing is, women artists have been kind of, if you look through history, very few women artists were considered masters. Yeah. So we're going to have some women masters in this society and generation. And maybe Lizzie's one of them. One of these young people working hard, talented. We women are going to have to get some positions, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, if you wanted to stop by the Heart Gallery and pick up a mask, the address for that is 110 East Main Street, Chattanooga, Tennessee. And if you wanted to attend the Faces event, that will be at the Church on Main on October 27th. But there is so much that really goes into this. They also auction off a piece of art at the actual show if you decide to go to it. It'll be a live auction, and all of the money goes to funding Faces for next year, the actual event itself.
That's so interesting. I don't believe I've ever seen an art auction actually in live like that. So is it, now that's an event, is that you have to get tickets or be a participating artist for that event? Or is that?
If you're going to the event the 27th of October, it is a $50 ticket, but it is free for the artists that are participating in the show. So if you actually make artwork for the show, you can get in free.
There you go. More motivation. Go and get some exposure too, you know, like connections. That's about what this is about too, is connecting artist to artist and artist to art lover. You know, sometimes you're not an artist. Okay, still you may want to attend this event, because we wouldn't be producing art if there weren't art lovers who received it, you know. And that's the double thing about society, and why I think it's amazing that artists in Chattanooga are really supporting, you know, people who need support, you know, foundations, nonprofits. And it also reflects the feeling of society, the acceptance level of things. I mean, we've kind of been through a period of society now where nudes are just have not been that accepted in a lot of conservative communities. And I think that's having a resurgence. You know, there's life drawing classes. The human body is beautiful and it's a valid piece of art, you know. So now I know that I wanted to share a little bit about you, if we can share a little bit more about this too. But I thought, real quick, can you let the listener and viewers know a little bit about you? Because you're an artist too.
I am an artist and a curator. I have been painting for a little over a year now, but I also direct and curate my own art show called Prism Pop-Up Gallery. It's a once-a-year art show that uses the theme of color rather than an actual object to inspire artists to be more broad with their interpretation of color and kind of branch out in their art form. It kind of inspires artists to make new art for this art show, and I allow the artists that participate in my art show to have 100% of the sale of the art. They have to pay to actually attend the show, but they get to keep 100% of any sale they get.
Well, that's pretty unheard of, and it's amazing. And I know your first was you've done for 1 year. You've done the Prism Pop-Up, and your first one was a great success. Isn't that right?
Yes, I had about 115 people come to my first year. It was amazing because every person who came into the door had to pay $5 in order to attend the show. And 115 people were willing to come in the door and pay to see the art.
That's really great. And, you know, that those kind of events are going on all over Chattanooga. And this sort of thing, like supporting the Faces Unmasked. And so we're here talking about the Faces Unmasked, and that's with the Craniofacial Foundation, supporting families in Chattanooga and that need help because their child was maybe born with a cleft palate or another facial anomaly, you know, missing bones, or so many different things that medical terminology we don't even know of, because most of us never are confronted with that. But these parents are, you know, their baby's born and you find out little Johnny needs major surgery on his face. So this is to help those families.
Faces Unmasked actually supplies information to those new parents about the different deformities that can happen. If they find out their son or daughter is going to be born with a cleft palate or some other extremity of that nature, they provide information about surgeries, about the different forms of deformities, and really help out those new and scared parents a lot.
Yeah, that's part of the support that is needed. Is I'm sure that the feeling you get when you know you're facing all that, instead of going home and enjoying the nursery as much, you're in the hospital. And that's a totally different world. So, you know, it's a great foundation to support because you're really helping out kids. And I just see this all over Chattanooga. You know, artists and helping foundations and kids and connecting. And that's why society and art have always gone together, and they always will. It's always important. And I sure wish we'd put it back in our schools a lot stronger. A lot of schools have had to discontinue art due to budgets. And that's really sad, but you can still encourage your kids. I mean, Lizzie probably teaches, I'll teach, tutor, put together small classes. We want to help, children get what's inside of them, the creative aspects out, if that's the venue they wish to use. So if you're, find someone just to do a little bit of art with your kids or get a book, and it's a really good avenue and creative abilities for kids that gets them off the TV and the phone, at least for a minute. So give it a try. So we have this brochure here that has some of the pieces, and that may help artists who are thinking, maybe I'll do this, or maybe you're not an artist, but you're feeling inspired. Maybe this is making you think about, I could try that. You can do anything you want, but thinking about the nature of this event. And unmasked, Lizzie mentioned, they're encouraging to get away from the mask part, because this is the faces unmasked, where these people are valid, they're beautiful. It's a struggle in society for even a beautiful woman or handsome man to feel that we are living up to the standards of the media that's presented.
And sometimes you don't need a surgery on your face to look prettier. Sometimes you literally need it to survive.
Exactly. Yeah. Some children are born with issues that they can't swallow. They can't drink a bottle because their cleft palate or whatever won't allow it. Different jaw problems of all kinds. I mean, we've all seen the elephant man. Now that's, a disease of, I think it's sort of a calcification type thing. And people have that today still.
Yeah.
I don't know who's read the book or seen it, but that'd be a tough thing to handle. So,
a couple of these art pieces that move away from the mask are sculptures that focus on the face of different people in society, such as Indians. There's a wood carving of a chief Indian, and then there is a necklace of a chief Indian out of deer antler, which is very beautiful. And it doesn't use the mask that was supplied to them, but it still focuses on the spirit of the face and what it symbolizes and all of that. There's also a giant metal sculpture of a famous person that I can't think of the name of even while looking at her.
Well, I don't think it's Marilyn Monroe.
I think it might be Ruth something.
Okay. It is gorgeous. It's made with, looks like wire mesh, and half of it's almost like blank. It is blank. And then it just has the metal being line work. The other half is like a darker mesh. So you have the almost, half mask look of the Phantom of the Opera going on here.
Yeah, it was one of the more popular pieces done last year at Faces, and I think it won the award for People's Choice. There are many different awards that you can get as an artist at this event. There's the best in show, the best new artist, and the most innovative. And then there's the People's Choice, which is which art piece gets the most bids on it.
So yeah, that does not the most money even, but just how the most bids. So it could be a $5 piece, that everyone just loves. Of course, that would sell immediately, but
yeah, it would.
So the bids go up. I mean, people place a bid, or the highest bid. It's probably a blind bidding system for that.
What they do is during the event, they will have food, so people can get up and get food and drink. And every art piece is laid out with sheets of paper where you can put your name and email address and number, and the amount that you're willing to bid. And there's normally a starting bid where you can't bid under that, and it has increments of $1, $5, something like that. And during the event where the music and food is going on, people can get up and look at the art and place bids on it until it's time to announce the winners of the bids.
So if you really want a piece, you can keep an eye on the bids. And at the very end, you could go up there and go just a little bit higher and win the piece.
Yeah, I have definitely sniped on some pieces during the event.
You have to watch over it. Yeah. I went to a similar function like that at the Chattanooga Zoo, where art was also supporting, bringing in the lions and all that stuff. So it's fun. It's really a nice festive feeling. This is going to be a funny event. I mean, we're talking about all the hospital part, But this is going to be a fun event. It's a very positive movement to help families, a very positive movement to put shine a light on this condition, these things, craniofacial deformities and foundation, and, bring it out, unmask the face. Here they are.
They have games where you can win wine. They have live music. It's really just a fun event to attend. It's worth the $50 entry because you can go home with like 3 bottles of wine because you get 2 game tickets. You get 2 drink tickets where you can go and get a drink to go along with your food. It's just a fun event.
Yeah, I hope you can come out. And again, what's the date to get this again? It's happening on the Heart Gallery, October 7th, 5:30 to 8 p.m. And the Heart Gallery is supporting this.
Well, that's the preview. If you want to see the preview before the actual
preview
event,
reception. Okay.
That is October 7th at the Heart Gallery.
So you get the first look at the artwork then.
But if you want to go to the actual event, it's October 27th at the Church on Main Street from 5:30 till 8 p.m. and the tickets are $50.
Church on Main Street?
Yeah.
That's the name of it. Okay. I assume to their website. I don't see it on here, but
it's facesonmask.org.
Okay, so facesonmask.org, and you can support this foundation for craniofacial foundation for children right here in Chattanooga and families that need help. So Lizzie, as always, really appreciate you coming on the show. You're kind of not a regular, but Lizzie's been back the second time now, and I really love how you're involved in Chattanooga and your heart to help others, and also your talent. And she just, the pop-up gallery, all of it. So we have amazing artists in Chattanooga here, and this is Hot News Talk Radio, the Art Beat of Chattanooga, and I'm Jillian Collins, your host. And if you want to talk about art, email the radio station. If you're a musician, theater, actors, I need some of you. I really want to feature that as well. So email the station and let us know, or Facebook me, and I'll get back with you about that. So let's support Chattanooga, the families, the arts. Let's use this to better people's lives, and that's what Faces Unmasked is doing. So thanks so much for joining us, and appreciate you coming to the Art Beat of Chattanooga. See you next week.
Wars come and go, but my soldiers stay eternal.
Now you can listen to Hot News Talk Radio anywhere streaming live at Noogaradio.com. That's Noogaradio.com.
Hot News Talk 1240.
Wow, we're not in Kansas anymore. Check out all these awesome guitars, amps, pedals, banjos, and so much more.
Suddenly, you're transported. You are on stage. Anticipation. Your fans are counting on you. You begin to play. Ecstasy, excitement, artistry and chaos, thundering applause, rock and roll.
Charvel, Gretsch, Supro, Jackson, EVH. Fulfill your dreams. Guitar, piano lessons, and more. Located at the corner of Boy Scout and Middle Valley Road in Soddy Daisy. Judah Guitar Music Store, where all your wildest dreams come true. Call 423-618-9911. Judah Guitar Music Store, where all your wildest dreams come true.
This is Mike at For the Record at Northgate Mall. We're the largest complete record store in town. We sell old and new vinyl records, celebrity posters, music posters, and we are the largest in town. Come see us.
Hi, I'm Adam Disbro, the owner and the head surgeon of Cell Surgeon. Broken screen? You need it repaired now. We can do that. We'll have your phone repaired within the hour. No hassle, no mess, no stress. We love fixing cell phones. Your cell phone has become part of your daily activities. You've noticed your cell phone is not charging properly. It could be a charge port issue or your charger. Come in for free. We'll test your phone and your charger. You have an expensive phone. Don't feed it with a cheap charger. A cheap charger can actually damage your device. Our high quality chargers are affordable. Cell Surgeon, 140 Northgate Mall Drive, right next to Old Chicago Pizza. 423-668-0100. www.thecellsurgeon.com. Please like us on Facebook at facebook.com/thecellsurgeon.
Get $10 off a screen repair. Mention Hot News Talk Radio. Broken screen, phone not charging, water damage, battery given out. Cell Surgeon in Northgate Mall next to Old Chicago Pizza. Check us out on Facebook. Open Sunday. Cell Surgeon. We bring your phone back to life.
On your signature, you can get $150,000. Can you believe that? $150,000 on your signature. Hi, I'm Bruce Krebs with the Entrepreneur Source. There's a program right now that you can get $150,000 on your signature with no pledge of collateral or personal guarantee. Call me at 423-875-5621 to learn more. 423-875-5621. You've been thinking about starting a business? Don't do it on your own. I have a proven track record for the last 13 years, a 96% success rate. I can guide you into a franchise where you will pay yourself through the startup phase with very low or little risk. Call me now. I'm Bruce Krebs at 423-875-5621. And make sure to listen to the Entrepreneur Hour every other Wednesday from 11 to 12 o'clock. Call me now, 875-5621.
Hi, I'm Sabrina with Sabrina Realty Associates. Now is a great time to sell your home. In our area, inventory is at an all-time low, which translates into higher sales prices. Call us today at 423-499-7780 to set up a free consultation and discuss our unique and aggressive marketing programs. We will provide you with a free market analysis to determine the right value of your home. Call us today at 423-499-7780 or visit our website at sabrinarealty.com.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Hot 1240 Hot News Talk Radio with your Hot News Now update. A SWAT standoff on Nautical Way led to 2 people arrested after a 3-hour standoff with police. A SWAT team was called out to assist in removing the suspect from inside of the home. At the end, 2 suspects were arrested. p.m. Wednesday night. And the mayor's announced he's accepted a large federal grant called Staffing for Adequate Fire and Emergency Response, or SAFER. It's going to be allowing for the addition of 14 new positions at the Chattanooga Fire Department. The Reed House downtown has been purchased and is expected to be renovated back to its former turn-of-the-century glory. All 242 guest rooms are going to be completely renovated, along with public areas to its original grandeur. And ballrooms and restaurants will also be renovated as well. Nooganomics kicking off the game tonight at 7 o'clock. They're set to play against Shorter. A number of new student initiatives have been released as well. Shuttles will be provided by CARTA. There's also more free student parking, along with other benefits for students. If it's going on in the Tennessee Valley, it's going on Hot 1240 Hot News Talk Radio.
Expect partly cloudy, hot, and humid weather out there through the afternoon. Could see a stray shower storm move in from the north, but not many. Highs 90 to 92. Tonight, lows near 70. For Friday, a few clouds becoming breezy, but pleasant. Highs mid and upper 80s with more sunshine. On a book he's ever written, The Unraveling of America. He exposes those who are pulling the strings and unraveling the fabric of America. Available at Amazon or RonPhillips.org. And I'm Smore Gene 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Ward.
On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio. I'm blowing everything up. We're starting over. I'm doing the new show. I want guys who push it to the middle of the table and go over the top. Take a risk, fail miserably. I'm right, and I'm not wrong, and I'll never back down. Conflict works. Allow it.
It's The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Right here and everywhere. Noon Eastern.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Welcome back to the Art Beat of Chattanooga. Glad you're coming back to the second segment. Some more art today and another local artist today. So Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240. You can tune in on our website, on YouTube, and watch us live. That can go any way, I've noticed. So you can also go to TuneIn Radio and hear us. You can also go to Facebook, and I believe we're feeding live there. So just kick back, relax, and we're just going to do some more talking. And also, you can always call if you want to say anything about art or society and art or something like that. Give us a call. I'm happy to hear from you. 423-800-8949, 423-800-8949. So we are here today, the second half of the show. We've talked about the Craniofacial Foundation and Faces Unmasked, and that's an amazing foundation, nonprofit. And you're probably starting to understand how much I like to promote nonprofit, because that is where art and society meet the most often, I think. You know, that's where the most energy is transferred. The most art, you know, artists all over Chattanooga and the world are giving their time, giving supplies, building money to help people out. Homeless people, like the Heart Gallery, helps all over Chattanooga. People use their art that are in the categories they represent, which is like recovering alcoholics and seniors. If you're blind or deaf or, you know, disabled, they will help you out if you're an artist, and they are a great gallery, just beautiful. So today we're here with Jasmine, and I'm being Jasmine Horn. I don't know why I cannot get that last name. I'm terrible with that. And I just met Jasmine, but I've met her work prior to meeting her. And it's at the Full Moon Restaurant on Market and Fraser. And this is a newer restaurant, and I personally really like it. It's very, atmosphere is beautiful because Jasmine has created a beautiful mural that covers the back wall, a good deal of the back wall. And it's wolves and trees silhouetted against a night sky and a moon. And I was drawn to it right away, Jasmine. So now I'm excited to see more of your work.
First thing you see when you walk in.
Right up to this. Okay. Oh, there we go. Right up to the mic. I have to, you know, sometimes I got to slap my guests up a little bit. No. So yeah. How did that come to pass? Now you work there. It's a great restaurant. The atmosphere is really nice. There's even sections where you can go sit in a couch area, like almost a little, you know, more secluded with couches, nice leather furniture in those corners. You got to explore a little bit because you don't know it's there until you look around a little bit. It's really a nice place. So how did you come to do the mural, and what was your inspiration and motivation?
Well, okay, so I've been bartending for a long time, and for long enough anyway. And sorry.
Okay.
I knew Jackie Lewis, the manager there.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
she's
great.
awesome.
She's so great. And then Chris Biba, that also owns the Biba's Italian restaurant in Hickson.
Right. He's the owner, and I've met Chris as well. He's great.
He's awesome. He's very cool too. But they got a hold of me on Facebook and asked me if I would do this mural for them, and I was like, yes, that's great.
So they saw your work on Facebook. Did they know you prior to this?
Jackie did, and I have also met Chris as well.
Okay, good.
Before, but
yeah, so a connection, you know, it's all about connections and relationships, really, more than connection is relationships is what helps life move ahead. So can you tell us a little bit about what is it like to do the mural? How did you do it? It's up on the wall. How did you plan it? You know, if you want to share those things, you know, I think people wonder that when they see a mural, how they do that.
Right. It's definitely taking steps. You have to, it's kind of layering, but, I was up in on 2 ladders with a piece of wood up in the air, you know, like upside down almost sometimes, on the top part of it. So that was a little scary, I guess. It wasn't too bad, but I mean, for 4 days doing that, it was kind of, I don't know.
You have to watch yourself and be very cautious, you know, because we get distracted when we're working and you get a little bit creative and take a bad step. So
the headphones on, listening to music and going to town.
Yeah. So, but the mural is probably, do you know the dimensions of the mural?
It's big. I did not measure it.
I would say it's
probably 30, 35 by 5 because it goes feet up a wall. So 5 tall and 30, 35, 40.
Yeah, long. At least 5 tall, but they're very beautiful. So you have to go in there just to see it. And, you know, she also brought some other beautiful work. So Jasmine has been painting, it looks like in a different style than I've seen some Chattanooga scenes, and I love it. It's very colorful and I wouldn't say simple, but it's got a clean lines to it and it's not overworked, which I always like. I mean, I appreciate art when it's photographic, but myself respond to art that I see the painterly qualities. I can see the brush strokes. I can see the color, bright color. So I should have described that one. Can you describe this one, Jasmine? I'm going to hold it up. It's the Delta Queen, right? And this is another scene of Chattanooga. And I'm going to ask Jasmine to tell us about her painting.
They're only 5 by 5 inches. They're really small little
Do you know
guys.
that a lot of the masters' works were very tiny? We think they're huge.
Right.
Paint was expensive.
Right.
Supplies were expensive. Some of the masters' paintings are tiny. It's okay.
Well, they're so hard to price too when they're that small, but you have to think it's about 7 to 8 hours a piece going into each one of these little things. So that, I mean, you know, I've been down at the market. This is my first year of doing the market on Sundays, but they're, you know, they haven't gone yet because I think they were so hard to price.
Yeah.
You know, but you have to think about your time that you have in it. I mean, the canvas, those, even though they're that small, they still cost $15 to $20 a piece.
And it's original art, you know, I mean,
but they're bright, they're colorful, they're a lot of fun. There's a lot of reflection on the water. I don't know. I like Chattanooga a lot. I think there's a lot to offer here. But, you know.
Well, this is a beautiful representation of the bridge and the Delta Queen, and it looks like the fireworks maybe, or there's something down here like that.
That's the fountain right next to the
fountain. Okay.
And the water.
Just, you know, I just think it's a great, happy painting of Chattanooga. So get down to the Chattanooga market and see Jasmine's work. You know, it's really worth seeing. So this is almost a silhouette of the bridge and the river with the sunset. There's a lot of bright red and bright pinks in the sky, representing those beautiful sunsets we see all the time in Chattanooga. So those are great. And behind us, tell us about this painting, Jasmine. We're here with Jasmine Horn and talking about her local art. And she did a mural at Full Moon Restaurant on Market and Fraser that is a beautiful painting that represents the theme of the restaurant, the wolf theme. And it's a silhouette painting basically with trees and a moon and beautiful glowing night sky. So stop in over there and you can see that work as well. So you got something a little different here.
Right. That is an abstract piece. Well, okay, so it's a Nazar. I don't know if you're familiar with, I guess the Greeks used it as something that they would put over their doors. So
yeah, it's one of the stones and they all have different powers. And
it's supposed to take the bad energy out that comes into your house. So that's why you hang it above your front door.
I need a really big one.
Yeah.
Hanging on my door.
So that's what that kind of represents. My dad, you know, passed away a couple years ago and, you know, brought us some of these back from Greece. And so I just wanted to kind of recreate it. And
so is this painting done sort of in memory of your father?
It is.
That's why the energy is so beautiful. This painting is gorgeous. It's all in blues. I think there's cerulean blue. I think there's some Payne's gray maybe in there.
There's some flat black and some glossy black. And
okay. Yep. Those are the blacks.
It's very fluid, but it's supposed to represent the Nazar and kind of take the energy out, the bad stuff out.
Yeah, it looks, it's really nice. It's almost like a seahorse shape, the one image. And then, you know, you just feel the energy of the painting. And I think it's beautiful that you could do that and express your love, appreciation for your father. That's really amazing. Is that one for sale?
It is. They all are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you find it hard to part with your babies? Because I do.
Sometimes.
All right.
It depends on which one it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand. Depends how bad you need to pay the rent too, right?
That too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'll sell this one.
I try not to think about it like that though. When it becomes too much of a job, you don't really, you know, you don't want to sit down and work on something for hours because it's like, I have to do this. I don't want it to feel that way.
Right. And it's funny because we discussed that. I looked at Jasmine's work and I talked about that it's different. And then she had a different style here and one more different style over here. So I have run into this with galleries that they want your work to have one consistent look. And when Jasmine said that, basically, I'm a rebel. I refuse. I'm going to do whatever I want.
Like there should be boundaries there.
Yeah, like if you're going to hang in a gallery, why does every painting by the artist have to look the same? You know, that's boring for me. I want to do many different styles. I think we end up with series of paintings that are similar within the body of work, you know. But this one's completely different. It's a floral, a bright one, other than the color use. That's consistent. Yeah. So this is a floral arrangement with a lot of bright colors and sunflowers.
I really wanted to get into doing skulls and stuff like that, and that's actually what it is. But with
it's a skull?
flowers and leaves. Yeah, you see the smile.
Oh my gosh!
There with the
Now I
leaves.
see it.
And the daisies as the eyes.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
Okay, you see the skull, everybody? I see it now.
I wanted to do skulls, but I didn't want to freak people out, and so I tried to make them as colorful as I possibly could. And
it's totally awesome.
how it
I think
came
it's
out.
really great. Look
Thank
at
you.
this. A beautiful skull. Love it. And this is so funny, Jasmine, because here you go. This relates to the Craniofacial Foundation.
Yeah.
This painting is like perfect for that.
I wonder if Hippie Chick Kim would take it.
Oh, they would take it. Are you kidding? This is, I don't know. I can't say that. I'm not them. But it's funny how it fits exactly to that. That's amazing. I love it. So skull with flowers, and your mother may not even notice. You can be a freak, or you can be a gypsy artist and paint skulls, and your mom's going to look at it like me,
You're like, oh, that's so pretty,
and see flowers.
flowers.
I don't see a skull. I just see pretty flowers. Yeah. So that's great. So what else? Are you full-time artist?
Yes, and full-time artist / mother.
Okay, so art is your thing.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Are you currently showing anywhere?
Well, I was doing the markets, and that's about it.
Okay.
Planning on making a move here pretty soon, so I probably won't be getting into a gallery.
A move away from Chattanooga?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Why?
I know. Well, okay, it's a long story, but my sister is a farmer in upstate New York, and there's so many flowers. She's doing weddings, and the opportunities are endless. So.
Right. Well, I
want to
give you
grow.
all the winter boots and coats that I have not worn since I moved from New York.
What size do you wear?
I'm not going to tell my size on the radio. Medium. Boots. I'm not going to tell that either. I just literally brought clothes from Western New York, and in 3 years, I have never gotten my winter boots out. My actual snow boots. I mean, you may not know that if you're from the South. There's different boots in the North.
Oh, yeah.
Different coats.
They better be waterproof.
They better be warm. And they better be tall, because the snow gets like deep. So
I know. It's going to be a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, it is fun. And winter's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just not quite like the postcard. When you walk out the door, you actually feel that biting wind. So, yeah. But I wish you well in that, Jasmine. And I'm sure, that it looks, I bet you'll hit New York and find some beautiful scenes from there to paint, and I suspect your Chattanooga paintings will also be popular there.
I hope so. I mean, New York City from where we'll be is only 4 hours, so I mean, I'd love to go into the city and get some inspiration, and just the mountains and the lakes, and from the ferry, and there's just, I don't know.
There's other cities river cities that are going to see people see different things in work than we see even sometimes.
Right.
And other people are going to relate. Like this particular one, it shows the three bridges of Chattanooga. It's wonderful. It shows part of Coolidge. It shows Coolidge Park. But you could look at this painting if you're from another city and kind of feel like that's my city. I see my river.
Right.
So people that'll cross over. They're beautiful.
Thank you.
So, So you're moving away, but you're moving to something good. And are you been in Chattanooga your whole life?
I've been here for 10 years. I moved here from Colorado.
Okay.
So, I've made so many great friends here, so I know that we'll be back to visit.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, I can, between passing and coming to visit, I can get some work here and come and paint, and just
absolutely
all over the place. I
would
really enjoy that.
The flights are quick from New York to Chattanooga.
Yeah.
They're just fast. It's not worth driving. It takes like forever.
It's 18 hours from here.
But the flights, you're here, probably total 6 hour travel time from there.
Really?
Oh, yeah. To Buffalo is like 2 hours. I'm like, what?
Really?
Yeah.
From
the
Chattanooga?
actual airtime. It was crazy. Yeah.
That's great.
It was like maybe 2.5, but it was amazing.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah. So, good luck with that. That's really great. So, we're talking about a few different things. And I guess one of the things I brought up was, female master artists in the first segment. We were talking about the Craniofacial Foundation and the Faces on Mask fundraiser. We were talking a little bit about society and art, how it has always been a part of society. Can you imagine a society without art? No visual art, no music, no theater.
It's boring.
It's empty.
Without it. It's like there's a lot missing.
Yeah, it's so important. And yet we kind of boot it out of our schools. It's the first program to go. And yet it's the part of us that creates so many other thoughts and connections in our brain and in our life and abilities in the future to utilize doing what you would like to do. Right. It gives you tactile and functional skills, you know, that these things are important. And society wise, have you seen a trending? I think there's more of a trending to accept women than ever. In the past centuries, women were rarely accepted as artists.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you don't hear much of that. I'm guessing when you go to school for art and appreciation and things like that, there's not much.
Right. I mean, I remember early in my career, I almost hesitated to sign my name as a woman. And now I've changed my signature totally. You can't read it.
Right.
But, you know, even there's a little bit still male dominance in the actual successful art world in our society. And I
wonder why that is. Yeah.
Because women are women and, you know, it's a male world, even though we run it, you know.
We do.
They just don't know. But so this generation, and we're going to take the master positions in art,
with that.
and not through competition, but it's a time for women to blossom. It's a time for art to blossom. And it's a time for us to have equal standing in the community as artists, you know?
Right.
So we are just as creative, and some children are just as creative. So and part of what's happening with so many women artists and the volunteer aspects of art that I've seen are 95% women that are going out into the community, doing the art with the children. Now, I know there's sponsors that are male and fundraisers that are based with big companies. I'm not dissing anybody.
Oh, no.
But the ground grassroots, I've seen literally 95% women.
Yeah.
So are you involved in any kind of thing like that right now? Any fundraisers or?
Not yet. I'd like to be.
Yeah.
I know
you can jump on board for this one.
Right.
For the craniofacial.
Right. I mean,
yeah.
I may actually. You brought that up and that was a great idea.
It seems perfect to me. It's just perfect.
I haven't done many fundraising anything, but Hippie Chick has asked me for a couple of years now to try to do a mask, and I haven't gotten to it. I have a 2-year-old, almost 2-year-old, so you can,
I know.
Be a little difficult and time consuming.
They don't call it the terrible twos for nothing.
No.
Even if they're good, they're terrible.
I'm trying not to feed that too much energy.
Right.
I'm trying not to make that the number one thing. He's almost 2.
That's just time. That's the time you're going to follow your child for that next year. You're just going to literally follow your child. That's okay. That's what they need right then. So.
And I should actually do more. I think Maverick is his name. He's a big inspiration. He makes me want to do stuff,
Yeah. I'm not that involved either with charity work. I mean, I've done some, but I'm not like consistently involved, and I understand the busyness, and I'm working too many jobs and trying to get more time to help out with things. But that's why I like to donate my art, because then I would like to donate my hands-on, and I do. There's some great programs, and you don't have to jump in forever. You can help with an event.
Sure.
So that's kind of nice. But if we can donate our art, we're producing money for the foundation, therefore supporting it, and it's a very good thing. So,
that makes sense.
Chattanooga is a great town. It's a great city. And that's why we have the Art Beat of Chattanooga and why we're talking about it on Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240, where we just talk about life here. We talk about society. We talk about the government. We talk about all of that. We give you the weather. We give you the sports. And now we give you the Art Beat of Chattanooga. And I want to encourage everyone to, jump on board, communicate, connect Chattanooga and the arts. Let's work together to really explode this community with positive art and music, and all of it's included.
You see it a lot more now than you did just the small 10 years that I've been here. You can see it a lot more coming, especially more so downtown.
Yeah, I know they're projecting a big growth for downtown. So
I don't know if it's because we're in between Atlanta and Nashville and a lot of people are coming here. I don't know exactly what it is.
It's because Chattanooga rocks. That's why. Chattanooga rocks. So we're here with Jasmine, Art Beat of Chattanooga. I'm Jillian Collins. Thanks for joining us. Go go check out Judah Guitars. Support that local business. Will is amazing. So that's where all your wildest dreams come true. Thanks for listening on Hot News Talk Radio, and join us next week for some more fun. Have a great day.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
I'm Larry Daniels from Daniels Insurance, and on the average, our customers save $400 a year. We offer retirement vehicles and annuities in addition to other investment products that help you protect your family. Call 423-3